Hey guys, what's up? It's Emergency, and today we're back with another video. Public school versus private school. I've had experience in both of these areas, although I've been in public school for 13, oof, no, that's a long time. Last year was my first year at private school, and I'm just gonna give you the skinny on what the differences are for those of you who are prospective students looking to either apply to a private school or to switch over to a public school, because there are some differences that you gotta know about before you get into them, because they're pretty much two completely different playing fields. Now, this is a little humble brag that I bring up in pretty much every video now, but this year I'm going to be a senior and I'm pretty much done with high school. For the most part, I am done. So I feel like I'm pretty qualified to tell you guys what's what, obviously. Let me preface this by saying that this is an opinion. I know the internet isn't exactly a friendly place for opinions, so please cut me some slack. If I do get anything wrong, or if you feel like I missed something, be sure to leave it down in the comments below. So without further ado, we're gonna get into some differences that I've personally seen between public school and private school. The first thing you need to know if you're switching from public school to private school is that at private school, there are a lot less people, which means everybody is gonna know your business. And when I say everybody, I mean students, faculty, teachers, janitors. Yes, the janitors. If you do something messed up during the school year, yes, the janitors will give you side eye while you're walking down the hallways. It is that bad. Everyone knows your business. Nothing really goes on in private school, so everyone just has to latch on to something, which means drama spreads like a wildfire. So if you're thinking of switching over to private school, make sure that your record is clean and that you try and flow under the radar, unless you kind of like being talked about, because you know some people are just like that. Now, the second thing about private school is kind of objective depending on which school you go to, but generally from what I've seen, private school kids are generally more entitled than public school kids because, you know, they're in this, I don't want to say elite, but I'll say elite, this elite school that not everybody can get into, and usually private school kids are pretty rich, so they kind of walk around like they own the place, which in some cases their parents actually do. This is something that you don't see as much in public school besides, like, I don't know, like the popular crowd that walks around like they own the school. It's on a much grander level and a little bit more meaningful because most of these kids' parents can end careers. Another difference that I see in private school is that there's a lot less variety when it comes to people. I say this because the school I came from before had like thousands of people enrolled, so your chances of running into people you don't like was pretty slim to none, and you got pretty much to choose who you were friends with. In private school, there isn't really that much of an option. My class is about 70 people. Yeah, I know, it's a really small school. So there isn't much variety in the type of people that I see. If I don't really like someone, I have to see them every day, which, trust me, that's tough, especially when you about that action. Also, if you don't really like that many people in your grade or in your school in general, chances are you're not really gonna find any people different, because private schools tend to enroll kids that are sort of the same. There will be a little bit of differences personality-wise, but generally they're all the same, and generally they're pretty quirky. Going along with that similarity thing, a lot of people at private school are actually pretty interesting, I guess. They can hold interesting conversations. They're pretty smart. I mean, they're in private school. If you want to have like a deep conversation with someone, there's usually like 5 or 6, oh, that's a lie. There's usually multiple people that willingly have that conversation, which is kind of interesting if you have like an intellectual mindset or something and you just like talking things out. There's always people to talk to, trust me. Private school kids love to talk. Another thing that I've found in public schools is that teachers in general, I'm not saying all teachers because there are some really good teachers out there, teachers in public school generally don't care as much about their students learning as they do in public school. When I was in public school, teachers were just like cruising by their own autopilot, because not everyone who's in public school is there to learn. So they're not putting in as much effort in teaching their students what they really want to teach or what the students would really benefit from. In private school, people are generally there to learn for the most part. I know a few people that aren't. So that's one thing. But that's not always true, as I said. There are some private school teachers who are really bad at what they do, and there are also some public school teachers that are really good at what they do. And the last difference that I've seen between private school and public school is that people are under the impression that private school kids are like these holy children, when in reality, the private school kid is worse than the stereotypical public school kid. Private school kids have the most access to drugs, alcohol, and they don't have the best parties per se. They have a lot of parties. I feel like it's just a compensation thing where everyone thinks that they're good, so they're trying to be bad because private school. But when you're not from private school, you can really tell that they're trying really, really hard. Really, really hard. And that is all I have for you guys today. Like I said in the beginning, if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel, then subscribe for more content. There's gonna be more content like this in the future. I plan on making more school videos like this in the future, so if at any point you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, or if you didn't, leave a thumbs down. Oh well, it's ratings for me either way. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.